All right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome. Okay, make sure everything is working correctly. Welcome to a game between Tho versus Sock here on Turtle Rock. Before I forget, Philip Arnold, happy birthday. Your birthday is actually not today, but I wanted to make sure that I got the shout out to you. Your fiance put me up to the task, and I thought, why not? I've been casting for so long, and it seems like you are a big fan, enough to where your fiance is just like, hey, I know he's a big fan, please. All right, so yeah, Philip Arnold, happy birthday. Hope it is memorable for you, and I hope you enjoy it as we are looking into, well, this particular 1v1 game. This is going to be a human versus human mirror match here on Turtle Rock. Down over here to the south, you can see Tho spawning as the blue human over here at what I'll call the 5 o'clock position. Meanwhile, all the way at the other end of the map, we have Sock spawning as the red human. We should be looking at an Archmage versus Archmage mirror match. No big surprises there, as casters are incredibly important. Now, although casters are important, I do not expect to see slow. Sorceresses tend to just fall apart very quickly to Spellbreakers, and, well, it's kind of like one of those things where if you don't go Spellbreakers, then your opponent can go Sorceresses, and then everything just completely falls apart. That's the reason why the game has really turned into the matchup that it has. A lot of, well, Spellbreakers, Priests. You may see some Knights, you rarely see some Griffins, but all that may change as well as things are getting underway, and both sides are not going to be able to scout each other out altogether that quickly, which means we should have some early creeping action. 22 over 24 supply. Let's go ahead and take a look at the overall population count on both sides. Should I switch colors? Maybe I should. Yeah, I'll go ahead and switch colors just so that the colors here match the colors there and everything looks a little bit better. All right, so red is now Tho. Meanwhile, Sock is obviously blue, as we're looking at Militia clearing out this, well, giant sea turtle creep camp very, very effectively, making sure everything looks right there. All right, everything looks good as the Archmage purposely going to pull aggro back, may drop another water elemental. The animation on the summoning of the water elemental not working quite right, but no real harm and foul there. All right, Militia going to get cleared up here in just a second. One footman trying to fight back here. Not going to do a good job, though, as it is going to be just outclassed and out-surrounded by multiple Militia. These Militia now need to head back. What's going on here? That low hit point footman, peasants now working their way back as the Archmage looks to finish off that last Forest Troll. Gauntlets of Ogre Strength +3 in addition to a Ring of Protection. Meanwhile, this giant sea turtle gets taken down. Gloves of Haste, followed by, I don't know what item that particular item is. Is it Mantle of Intelligence, Boots, Slippers of Agility? Mantle of Intelligence it is, as we're now looking at the Archmage, well, waiting to take down this Ogre Magi, Ogre Warrior creep camp. Another quick summon. Gonna go ahead and try to finish things off. Oh, a quick sleep. I don't know if that was purposely timed, but that actually did save 1 or 2 hits from the Ogre Magi. Also delayed that Bloodlust just a little bit, so that could have had an impact. If that was deliberate, well, that would have been absolutely perfect. Another thing to just try and get ahead of your opponent by a very small bit. I do believe that is a Tome of... that is in fact a Tome of Knowledge, +1 to every single stat. Staff of Teleportation. He's going to go ahead and head back to the other side, trying to go after some units. Could have easily finished off a Trapper or some other units as well. You can take a look. That poor peasant trying to get away. One more shot, another peasant taken down, and now going after another here. All right, 3 peasants could perhaps get taken down here in just a moment. Is it going to actually finish it off? No, the Archmage does not chase after this low hit point peasant who's down to 48 hit points. All right, one more shot should do it. Oh, yeah, one more shot, and he double backed the wrong way. All right, 4 peasants have been lost. All right, Archmage could turn back around and try to go after this footman here. Instead, what is going on as the footmen are now trying to run inside their respective bases and get a little bit of protection. That low hit point footman should perhaps be backing off. Archmage is trying to make its way through. It is going to be able to do exactly that. This Archmage perhaps should be dropping another water elemental. Oh, drops it in time, and now going to go ahead and try to pull back out. Footmen are now retreating. 1 water elemental still decent on life. This footman needs to get away. Meanwhile, at the other side, Archmage with only water elementals doing a good job trying to fight back here. Arcane Tower, both sides putting pressure On the other, as we're looking at, well, this Town Hall has pretty much been canceled. Or, well, Town Hall upgrade has been canceled. Meanwhile, at the other side, already halfway done. Who is going to come out ahead? That is the major question. We have a scroll of Town Portal being used now. Footman, is it going to get taken down? No, Footman could get taken down at the other end. Yes, beautiful timing by Sock to make sure that that Footman was taken out. Low hit point Footman allowed to teleport back home, only to see, well, not be able to see the light of day. Archmage now running back across here, both sides opening with that similar strategy. Let's take a look. Archmage is still running around the corner. He has not spent his scroll of Town Portal, so he should in fact be slightly ahead in terms of gold. However, there is significant loss as well. But if you account for the fact that the upgrade to Town Hall has just now started for Th000 should have the tech advantage. All right, Archmage making its way over, trying to finish off this peasant. We're going to see a staff of teleportation. Archmage teleports all the way back here. Archmage is here, ready to go. There's a little bit more damage again as we're taking a look. Also, the Talisman of Evasion really reducing the amount of damage done as the Archmage is still running back around. All right, Arcane Vault is going to get shut down here. Perhaps the Footmen need to head back. Arcane Vault is canceled as the Footmen are now just trying to re-engage once more. Archmage versus Archmage. Level 3 versus level 3. Who's going to come out ahead? Let's take a look. Low hit point Footman is going to be able to run back down to 44 hit points, and it will be able to hide under the cover of, well, this farm and all these other buildings. All right, Water Elemental unable to squeeze on in. Meanwhile, let's take a look. Sock is going for the Goblin Alchemist. Alchemist, perhaps some more units going to be making their way over. Healing Spray going to be used. There you go. Both sides, everyone is fighting. And, well, I don't know if that Alchemist is using Kung Fu or not, but he's doing a good job staying alive as the Footmen are now looking to back up again. Alchemist taking or keeping this Archmage alive ever so barely as the Alchemist, well, gets that Archmage back up to 138 hit points, down to 110, 114. Meanwhile, this Footman chasing after these units here. Is he going to be able to throw on his sacrificial sword, so to speak? Oh, one more shot should do it. There it goes. This Footman needs to get away, though. He's going to accidentally aggro the creeps and get taken down. Archmage here, down to 37 hit points, trying to run back. This Footman does get taken out, but no experience given to his opponent, so a slight victory there. Archmage, well, getting healed back up slowly but surely, and interesting strategy now as the Goblin Alchemist is able to heal up multiple units. What is the long-term strategy going to be? Normally, it was Scroll of Regeneration that was more often than not used rather effectively. All right, Water Elemental going to try and sneak past here. Meanwhile, back off to the north, we should be looking at Arcane Sanctums being added. No Arcane Vault for Sock, interestingly enough, so he countered or did not have to buy or build an Arcane Vault because he had the Alchemist, but then again, he should be forced to build an Arcane Vault later for those spellbreakers that I mentioned earlier. All right, 32 supply compared to 34. Scroll of Regeneration down across over here. Mountain King most likely being trained up as the Archmage going to go ahead and push through a Water Elemental once more. This low hit point Water Elemental. Oh, Footman trying to get away down to 23 hit points. Will be able to hide in the back. Archmage gets up to level 4 with level 2 Brilliance Aura. Now as the Footman is inside the base, just causing a lot of problems. Footmen are engaging here. Even one Arcane Tower, not enough to provide enough proper protection as the units are now going to be forced to retreat again. All right, Footmen. I'm going to go ahead and pull back once again. Let's take a look. A number of low hit point units. Another Footman trying to chase after those units. Beautifully microed. All these units are chasing after different targets. And there finally goes a Footman there. All right, Water Elemental now blocking the path, making it difficult to get out. And what is going to happen here? Footman going to try and retreat back. 27 supply compared to 36. Sock is doing a great job. But the Mountain King has arrived to the party with the Mountain King now here. No Stormbolt onto that unit as there was on a cooldown. That Alchemist was able to escape. Even though that Alchemist was, well, technically in the red, it is very deceptive as a level 1 Alchemist does have over 700 hit points. Now, the big issue here is that the Archmage of Sock is only sitting at level 3, not yet at level 4. Brilliance Aura not giving enough mana to those priests and also to that Alchemist could slow things down. On top of this, if the Mountain King can get to level 2, adding in Bash or Thunderclap will greatly bolster its abilities. Also, the Archmage is showing up here to the party to just try and continue all of this harassment, as the Archmage is still sitting at level 3. Militia now making their way over, as the Archmage is still going to engage back and forth. Down to 129 hit points. Archmage just putting forth the pressure, drops a water elemental, and is now, what is going on here? Alchemist is just trying to stay alive and keep up on life here, as the Archmage is down to 239 hit points. It perhaps needs to back up. Alchemist gets up to level 2. Archmage gets up to level 4, closing in that gap. Mountain King, what did it pick up? It picked up a Scroll of the Beast. Not necessarily that great. Claws of Attack +6 now on the Archmage, as the Archmage will be able to do extra damage. All right, Stormbolt. Did the Mountain King? Yes, Mountain King stole the experience. Alchemist just sitting at level 2. Priest are now trying to heal back up. Mountain King trying to retreat, and Sock chasing after a smaller or lower supply count army in Th000, but unless he actually gets the devastating kill here, it may not matter. Oh, another acid bomb. All right, down to 80 hit points. These priests are going to try and continually heal while on the run, and that is incredibly important, as the acid bomb is slowly ticking away some of its life still. All right, Archmage going to be dropped down. Archmage down to 40 hit points, down to 36. Is it going to be enough? Down it goes. Th000 loses the Archmage after double acid bombs. Negative armor effect take its toll. The level 4 Archmage getting taken down. Mountain King getting in a bit of revenge killing right there, taking down a priest as it heads back off to the north. Sock does not really need to retreat here, but I believe he thinks that his advantage is perhaps better suited if he's able to get into the proper position. All right, Stormbolt onto a different unit other than the Alchemist, who quickly used Healing Spray to counteract. Archmage very low on hit points and low on mana, unable to do very much. Sock does have the advantage here, since he does have a higher overall supply, but another acid bomb onto the Archmage, and that negative armor is really a big setback. All right, Stormbolt onto the Spellbreak, or onto the Alchemist. Alchemist, tries to break free, able to break free, as the Archmage, stands right next to it, giving him a path of retreat. All right, Footman now taken down. Spellbreakers now trying to retreat. 36 supply compared to 42 overall. And you got to remember, Sock does have an expansion up, so the overall army sizes are fairly even. Archmage now heads off to the north. Got Tome of Strength left behind. Perhaps that would have saved someone a little bit earlier. 50 hit points. Why the heck not? As the Archmage holding on to this location here, hoping to maintain an economic advantage. Now, economic advantage. Is that going to actually translate into a victory for Sock? Or is Th000 going to be able to get back into this with a level 3 Mountain King? Level 3 Mountain King seems a bit more scary than a level 2 Alchemist, as the Archmage is still just wandering around here. What is going on? A little bit of extra creeping, but I don't think Th000 actually used his time all too wisely. He is now quickly going to find himself in a precarious situation. We should see an acid bomb onto the Archmage right there, and then, negative armor onto the Mountain King as well. Alchemist trying to make its way back out. Both sides losing a lot of hit points, as the Spellbreaker down to 59 hit points ends up surviving. Stormbolt onto the Alchemist. Alchemist uses a Potion of Bless or Invulnerability to try and stay alive, doing exactly that, as we see a number of disenchants or dispel magics, stop all of this in his track. All right, Priest going after all those units. Water Elemental trying to fight back. It looks as though a Priest will get taken down. Yeah, both sides now in low upkeep, 51 to 52, as there is an economic advantage for Sock, but is that going to translate? Another acid bomb going down onto the Archmage. Archmage now down to still 1 armor. Alchemist, however, only sitting at level 2, not yet at level 3, and is actually completely surrounded in a horrible spot here, trying to get out. Stormbolt, it gets finished off, and the Mountain King does its job. All right, a number of disenchants later, and Sock, even with the economic advantage, is starting to lose to Th000. Micro beating the extra units here. All that really happens is that, you end up having a little bit more mana for the next fight. All right, Staff of Teleportation. Is it going to work in time? No bashes at all. All the units are just trying to chase. Mountain King may get an extra Stormbolt off. and in order to try and finish off a unit. There goes one. There's a bash guaranteeing another kill there, and another bash to follow it up just for good measure. Now, this is where Th000 could perhaps make a critical mistake. If Th000 thinks that, you know what, he can let off the gas a little bit, he is gravely mistaken. I believe he knows about this expansion, but if he miscalculates and forgets about the expansion, he is going to be in a world of hurt. All right, Mountain King. There is the pipe brilliance aura on the Mountain King as well, a smoking dwarf. How fantasy? No, that's not fanatical. You guys know the word I'm looking for. Oh, English is hard. As the Mountain King now makes its way back out. All right, Archmage going to go ahead and finish off this tower here and is now putting pressure at the one thing that Sok has an advantage. Sok going to lose the economic advantage here, and this could end up costing him gravely unless he can bring over enough units and try and fight this back. Alchemist is sitting at level 3. Archmage is sitting at 4, going up against a 5-3 combination. 5-3 compared to 4-3. Who is going to come out ahead? Spellbreakers are all here ready to go. No one has knights, I don't believe, as the militia come back in on the other side, only to throw themselves, well, on their own little pickaxes. That's not a good spot for them to be. All right, Ring of Regeneration on the Alchemist. Alchemist trying to heal back up. Mountain King going to go ahead and try to sneak its way through. What is going on? Both sides dealing a lot of damage as the Alchemist is just regenerating a lot of hit points. Well, Alchemist should probably give that Ring of Regeneration to the Archmage. Since the Archmage has higher armor, it is, well, more effective hit points, every hit point on that Archmage rather than that Alchemist. Alchemist, however, does have more to heal right now since the Alchemist Archmage has not taken any serious damage. Spellbreakers chasing after units every which way. Archmage now gets up to level 5 for Sok. Alchemist here, what is it going to happen? What is it going to do? Acid Bomb, perhaps trying to focus down a handful of easy units, easy targets, perhaps finishing off the Priest. That's all you really need. Bash onto another Priest there, as it looks like it will get taken down. It's going to try to hold its spot. No, unable to do so. And we're still looking at a 500 hit point Alchemist. Still in that front line position. Priest, Spellbreakers, both sides fighting their way through, and it looks like the economic advantage is still holding true in the center. All right, Alchemist getting bashed or bolted once again. Alchemist trying to hold back here. He does have a Scroll of Healing. Is this going to be enough to try and stay alive? And you can take a look. A lot of Priests are here nearby, but they're not actually healing damage from the Spellbreakers, as opposed to trying to deal damage with their own wimpy magic attack on all of those water elementals. All right, Priest now, well, getting in a little bit of damage here. You can take a look. Alchemist is in that front line. Is he going to be able to get off a healing spray? There's another Acid Bomb again. More damage being dealt across the board. This water elemental should be going after that Priest right there. An easy target. 1 or 2 shots should have been enough. There goes one. Is he going to be able to finish off another as the Alchemist, well, going to get dispelled magic once more. Spellbreakers are fighting their way back. Both sides very even sizes in armies again as the Spellbreakers are retreating. Well, who's ever running away from the Mountain King is generally losing, as the Mountain King gets in another, well, tactical Stormbolt to finish off a unit. 61 supply compared to 60. No economic advantage. Economic advantage for Sok, slight army advantage for Th000, as towers are now being constructed. Spellbreakers in the front line, 0-0 upgrades on both sides. Militia now being called over to join in on the fight. Alchemist in that backfield, still regenerating a lot of hit points. Is that water elemental going to get taken down? Yes, it does. And, well, that Priest is able to stick around for a little while longer. Alchemist is still in the fight here, and it has maxed out on hit points. Should it, well, Potion of Invulnerability onto the Archmage. Archmage quickly given. It is now running away. Ring of Regeneration, as the Alchemist is now stuck between a tree and a whole bunch of units. Not good spot to be. However, their backs are completely exposed to an army of Spellbreakers as well. All right, who actually won out? 59 supply compared to 58. Losing the Alchemist, definitely a big loss there. But I believe a handful of Priests were lost as well. All right, let's take a look at this. Peasants also getting taken down. Archmage getting, well, about 5.5 now. This tower is nowhere near being done. 330 supply. Mountain King with level 3 Stormbolt. Air mails, well, instant death pretty much to any Priest who is not at maximum life. All right, Bash coming in across as well. It looks like Water Elemental is going to get taken down. Still, there you go. Mountain King could try to go after some more units as well. Spellbreaker is quickly removing that mana from that Mountain King. Very, very dangerous. But the Bash, well, no mana needed, as that's going to get taken out. 57 supply compared to 65. Sock is resurrecting, I believe, his Alchemist. It is not in this fight as of yet, and it is a sign that he is behind. Spellbreaker is now trying to retreat back. Archmage, no easy way to heal all of these units. Is that, well, nope, Spellbreaker not going to be able to make it. Water Elemental now dropped into position. Stormbolt onto another Priest. It gets taken out. 60 supply compared to 59. A bigger supply discrepancy when you add in the fact that the Alchemist is not yet in this fight, and the Archmage of Th000 is at level 6. Sock unable to stretch an economic advantage into a victory here, as he is now getting pressured into a corner. If this base goes down, or if too many units get lost, that is pretty much going to be the end of the game, as, well, Priest and Spellbreakers are still dropping like flies. 63 supply compared to 59. All right, Staff of, what is that? That is a Staff of Teleportation to get the Mountain King out of a tight situation, and he's just going to stand around in the back now, but pretty much not getting taken out at all. Potion of Invulnerability still available on that Mountain King. Spellbreakers have not shifted targets yet. Mountain King could easily go into the Avatar mode and then pretty much take the game. Beautifully done by Th000. Th000 keeping his head level and cool, even though he was down in the army size for quite a while, down economically throughout the match, but strategically ahead, being able to pick off units with that Mountain King, get more experience on the heroes, which translated into the victory. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.